Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are back with another episode, and in this episode, we're going to talk about how Aaron Ramsdale met with Ben Foster, or probably Ben Foster met Aaron Ramsdale as he was near London Colney, and how Aaron Ramsdale will be a part of his cycling GK vlog. Of course, for those of you who don't know, Ben Foster has a YouTube channel. You can check out the Cycling Goalkeeper, Cycling GK. Just find him on on YouTube, and definitely that's a very interesting YouTube channel. Go check it out. It's really fun. Yeah, Ben Foster is a really lovely guy, a very fun-loving guy. But that's the case, ladies and gentlemen. So Aaron Ramsdale, well, look at what he actually put it on Instagram. Ben Foster says, "Pop next door to the Arsenal training ground to see my mate Aaron. He's therefore making an appearance on this weekend's Cycling GK vlog." I think this was the part of the vlog, wasn't it? That's what we do in the in a video log. I'm pretty much sure that yes, this was part of the vlog maybe. But let's talk about the North London training picks, North London Derby training picks. You can see Omari Hutchinson with Gabriel Magalhaes. You can see Martin Odegaard, Kolasinac, and Granit Xhaka. And of course, you can see Mikel Arteta and Callum Chambers. And you can see Bukayo Saka, Aubameyang, and Mohamed Elneny pictured in the background. And if you just, if you move this here, then you can see Charlie Patino as well. So he was also a part of the training. So you know what's the best part? I have a big question for anyone who's watching this. Now, would you want Granit Xhaka to be a part of the North London Derby playing 11? I'm not even talking about the squad. I'm talking about the playing 11. Seeing what Albert Sambi Lokonga can do, seeing what Ainsley Maitland-Niles did in the midfield in the game against Norwich City, and of course, you know that Thomas Partey is fit. Arsenal's official website has released their injury list, and of course the update, it's pretty much clear that there is no injury. All the players that are available in the squad are fit and they are available for the North London Derby game. So my question to you guys is pretty much simple. Should Granit Xhaka start for Arsenal in the North London Derby? Let me know in the comments what do you guys think about it. Of course, it's Nuno Espirito Santo, so just want to know what you guys think about it. It's a very genuine question that's actually getting into my mind. I might put up a community tab post seeking what you guys think about it. So let's just in the comments of this episode, do let me know as well. But let's talk about Arsenal's link with Anthony Martial. I just don't get this. Where is it actually coming from? But Ekrem Connor says, for January transfer window, we are expecting Anthony Martial war in North London. Both Spurs and Arsenal planning to make offers to Manchester United. I first of all, I believe that there's no point in actually bringing in Anthony Martial, because I don't think that the problem is the coach. I think Anthony Martial really had a lot of chance, and I'm pretty much sure that I think for anyone who still thinks that Anthony Martial, Marcus Rashford, and Dele Alli can develop more and they still got something really big, up their sleeve, I think there's a lot. They can't be called as promising young players anymore. There's no point calling them that. I think the boat has sailed. If you still are promising player, and if you're turning out 26, 27 at one point of time, you're not promising anymore. I think you fulfilled your promise. You are just someone who wants to be really big, but isn't going to be that big. Because I think Rashford, I might be open for Rashford. I don't want to be biased or be a lot of course. He's completely charity FC, so I just don't want to say more negative about Marcus Rashford. But I think to call him promising anymore, I don't think so. It's time to deliver. Otherwise, I'm so sorry. There's no point talking more about him. But moving on, let's talk about Mikel Arteta's press conference for the North London Derby. So talking about the press conferences, Mikel Arteta really spoke about a lot of things about Xhaka coming back. He says he came back and he was fine because he really looks after himself. And talking on whether Xhaka and Partey are available, Arteta says, well, they are in the best possible state that they can be. Ideally, you want players with more of a run of games and a bit more consistency in terms of minutes, but they are both available. And talking about Takehiro Tomiyasu, Arteta says, well, I'm impressed more than the performance as well, the way he has settled and gained everyone's appreciation there, and the way he is. Well, of course, that's the beauty of, Takehiro Tomiyasu really gets the best out of everyone. He says the way he has gained everybody's appreciation, the way he is, and he had no time to prepare for Norwich and then a proper Premier League traditional game against Burnley in which he was exceptional. Of course, those are the things that you need to hear. And talking about the fans being back in the North London derby, Arteta says, I can't wait to have that experience even right now after such a long time without them. I have experienced some London derbies but without supporters, and I'm saying supporters because I think this is the word to describe the people behind our football club. And Arteta on if the players understand what the North London derby means, he says, I will make sure they understand what it means. It's the most special game of the season at home, that's for sure. We know how much it means for our supporters as well. So that is one of the updates. And talking about whether Aubameyang has bounced back from missing out on the last derby, he says, well, that was just an incident that I had to make a decision. Now I think Oba is in a different position. That does not mean he was in a bad position at the time. I think now he's been in a really good form. At Burnley, he was extraordinary, even though he did not score. On Arteta, whether he has to sell Lacazette, he says, we discussed that internally. We discussed that with him. It's a long season ahead of us. Everything can happen. Everything is open. And Arteta on whether Ramsdale will start. He says, well done for trying. You will see the lineup on Sunday. Yes. Arteta is such a smart bloke, isn't he? Very smart guy. And talking about the mental preparedness, Arteta says, well, it's the most special game of the season at home. Emotionally, it's a different one to play. And we know how much it means for our supporters. So that is the big anticipated North London derby pre-match press conference from Mikel Arteta. Charlie Patino on Instagram shared his experience of his training before the North London derby. He says, learning every day at Arsenal, ready for what's ahead. So that's the crazy part. But let's see, again the news is coming from Lazarones. Yes, that Arsenal will offer Sevilla Alex Lacazette in part exchange for Yusuf and Nasiri in January. So another news coming up on that matter. But moving on, Jamie O'Hara makes surprise Bukayo Saka admission. He says he gets excited whenever he sees Bukayo Saka. He says, I love Saka. I think he's exciting. He was fantastic at the Euros. Every time I watch him play, I'm excited to see what he does with the football. If Arsenal are going to have a chance in this game, he will have to play very, very well. So that was the update from Jamie O'Hara. He believes that Bukayo Saka is the man that can definitely, increase Arsenal's chances of winning the North London derby. But let's talk about Noah Lang. It looks like he has some attitude issues for the same reasons Arsenal really disposed of Matteo Guendouzi. So Noah Lang has been heavily linked to come to Arsenal, but according to Fichajes, Arsenal have recorded serious interest for the player. Of course, I myself spoke a lot about it. But it looks like Bailey Keogh, he says, he's certainly capable ability-wise, but during the course of his career, Lang's behavioral issues have been questioned. This is the main reason for his exit from Ajax, as despite being a boyhood fan, he had to leave the club prematurely after falling out with the manager Erik ten Hag. Bailey Keogh, the Arsenal Way writer and presenter Jake Stoke, Trends writer and Omar Chaudhry looked at the links in Arsenal's potential interest for the Dutch player. Well, Stoke says that I think Lang will be a good signing, but it's interesting because Arsenal have had a big summer transfer window and signed players for the future, and he would follow that under 23 transfer plan. So it is interesting to see that he is linked, and it could spell the end for some players at Arsenal. But Keogh disagreed. He says, why would Ajax initially let him go if he was such a promising player and he has been previously criticized for his poor behavior? It's a very interesting point that they bring in. So that's a beautiful part about Noah Lang. But let's talk about the availability of two wing backs for Graham Potter in the game against the upcoming build-up of Crystal Palace and Arsenal's game for Brighton. Graham Potter says the thought of Tariq Lamptey and Mark Cucurella playing as wing backs is a very exciting prospect. He says that is certainly a potential option for us. Tariq is coming back from a long injury, so we need to be careful with him and manage expectations a little bit. Both of those are very competent, attacking, exciting players. They enable us to attack the sides really well. And it is also about how we attack in the middle. Certainly, they give us some attributes which are not easy to find, so it is exciting. So let's see how things will turn out. Cucurella and Lamptey. But Arsenal have announced the date and kickoff time, and this time for the Carabao Cup 4th tie against Leeds United. There is definitely going to be a live stream. So October 26th will be the kickoff time of 7:45 p.m. BST. Well, it will be live stream. That's all I know. That's all I can tell you guys. But moving on, let's talk about the most shocking news. According to Paco José, He says that Arsenal made an official offer to sign Marco Asensio last summer, worth 40 million euros, and Madrid was all ready to let him leave. But on the recommendations of Carlo Ancelotti, the deal stumbled. Marco Asensio, man. Would you have taken Marco Asensio 40 million euros? Would you really have taken Marco Asensio? That'd be crazy. But for me, I think yes. Why not? Let's see. So with this, I'd like to end this episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you seek daily Arsenal content, best place to be, consider subscribing, and do let me know, should Granit Xhaka start in your playing 11 for the North London derby? I'll see you in the next one.